Israel caught off guard after the largest and deadliest escalation of violence in decades.
Death and destruction in the Middle East as Hamas launches a surprise assault on Israel, drawing swift retaliation.
The Philos Leadership Institute is on the ground in Israel. We've toured the Gazan envelope, and this weekend is 6 months since the start of the war. We're here at the site of the Nova Music Festival massacre, where over 360 young music festival goers were killed and over 44 were taken hostage into Gaza. Behind me is the memorial that's been set up to remember all of those. 360 is a big number, but when you see the faces of the victims, it really puts it into perspective. I really don't have words to describe what I'm feeling. Just very sad and overwhelmed. If you look around at the site, there's nowhere to hide, and so I can't imagine the fear that day, not knowing where to go.
So we're here in Summit Gilat, in the Gaza envelope, in the car lot. About almost 2,000 vehicles were brought to this location post October 7th events. You can see that some of the vehicles have been completely incinerated. There was a lot of hard work in collecting the human remains of the people that were burnt in the cars to find some sort of evidence. You know, each car here represents at least one person or a family of a kibbutz. And now they're piled up here, left on display to remind us what our enemies are capable of doing and what they're willing to do again if they had the opportunity.
We're currently in Shuva Brothers. Shuva Brothers, it's a refreshment stop that we opened right on October 7th when everything happened. It wasn't like this, it was more like a table with some food and drinks on it, just because a lot of soldiers were gathering here, and it was like a filled hospital right here when they gave a first aid to the wounded people that came here. We brought more food and more equipment because a lot of soldiers started to come here. Music area for them, a store over here, look. Full of everything. It's a place for the soldiers to relax for a second, to decompress when they come out of Gaza, to come and like play some music and bring themselves back here, you know, to their home.
Today, we're helping with a very practical need of labor shortage in Israel. After the war on October 7th, a lot of the manpower was summoned up to reserves or to auxiliary emergency services. So we're here just trying to be very practical and assist people in the agricultural life.
We're in the south of Galilee working on a kibbutz right now. It's an incredible setting. Up in the hills, there's rain, there's fog. But the thing that's most striking is there's no one here. The entire workforce for this kibbutz, run by 2 Jewish people, has disappeared. So they're left with this giant operation to handle all on their own. So thank God for Philos coming in to do a volunteer project today.
We're working on a kibbutz, helping them do a little farming projects. We're putting dirt into buckets with shovels. We're moving plants over to an area for them to plant later, and just helping them sift soil, helping them clean things up.
From us being here, we get to be the body of Christ, and we get to just minister to them and have a listening ear to them and just be able to share the love of Christ and that we stand with them is Christ's hands and feet to them now, even in this time of crisis. So I'm just really glad I get to be a part of that.
We are living out the very mission of the Philos Project here by being a group of Christians from across the spectrum in terms of faith and church backgrounds, and having a very pluralistic both view, conversation, and understanding about Israel, what it means to us. You can see that by the conversations with having the kind of people that Philos attracts in terms of partners in Israel and the kinds of things that we're learning here.
Our ask and our prayer is just to continue keeping the victims' families in our prayers and to remember them as victims of October 7th. A lot has happened since the start of the war. Just remembering those faces and their stories, maybe even learning one or two of their stories specifically and sharing them and keeping their memory alive is what we would ask for.
We have like a sticker that says, do good. You feel bad, do good. You feel good, do good. Someone feel bad, take him, go do good. You'll forget about it.